welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome to the biggest stage in sports. It's Super Bowl 60 here on NBC tonight from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, where football history is about to be written. Super Bowl 60 features the NFC champions, Seattle Seahawks, and the AFC champions, the New England Patriots, in a rematch that fans have been dreaming about since February 8th of 2026. Kickoff is set. This is where the season was built for.
That's right, two powerhouse teams, two quarterbacks ready to leave it all on the field. It all comes down to 60 years of championship legacy and one trophy that means everything. NBC's coverage is live across the nation tonight with commentary that'll take you through every play to the final whistle.
Defense versus offense, tradition versus a new era, legends and future stars all in one spotlight. You want storylines? We've got them. Patriots chasing another ring on that finger, and the Seahawks hungry to add another and get revenge from 49. And tonight we'll tell you how it all unfolds.
So sit back, get loud, you've earned it. From the opening kickoff to Bad Bunny's halftime performance and every clutch moment in between, this is Super Bowl 60.
And it's more than football, and this is what dreams are made of. Let's jump right into the action. It's Super Bowl 60 on NBC. All right, and we're going to see the New England Patriots come out first with second-year man Drake May from North Carolina.
Yeah, you said it yourself, second-year quarterback. Absolutely stunning this year after his rookie season of a 4-13 record, being able to take the New England Patriots all the way to the Super Bowl.
And first handoff to the right, blown up, a loss of 2 there by Lawrence for the Seahawks.
Yeah, absolutely blown up there by DeMarcus Lawrence, and that's something we've been talking about all week long, is that run defense, being able to minimize gains and making them have to throw.
Exactly. Now 2-yard loss on that play. 2nd and 12 at the 26. 2nd and 12 here. May gonna hand it up the middle to Henderson. Not going to get a whole lot there. 2 rush attempts already just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that, again, like we said, stopping the run, forcing them to throw the ball early on, making it really difficult to convert on these 3rd and longs.
3rd and 10 here at the 28. First third down of the night for either team. 4-man rush by the Seahawks. May improvising, going to scramble to his right. May going to get the first down and much more. Nice gain there of 16.
This is exactly what we saw last week against Denver. Drake May late in the game, then being able to scramble outside of the pocket and pick up a clutch first down.
That was a very key point to that game, and it's a very key point to start off in this first quarter early.
Yeah, big run, being able to get that big first down and stop that Seattle defense from getting that 3 and out.
Big momentum swing there for either side, but under their center here, 1st and 10 at the 44. May gonna keep and throw it. Sideline, first down, but hit hard. Big play there by the defense, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, beautiful short out to the receiver there, and a big hit on the sideline, like you said, by the defense, really trying to make a statement.
That could pay dividends in the future. You're going to get some bruises on that one, that's for sure.
Most
2nd
definitely.
3. Under their center here, midfield around the 49. Going to give Henderson some love here. Going to get it to the right, but blown up once again. A loss of 1 yard there. Going to make it 3rd and medium here.
Yeah, the Seattle defense did not come to play. They're taking every single snap seriously, and they're taking it with a grain of salt, trying to push them back and force these 3rd downs.
Now, if you're Seattle, are you going to be aggressive here and play man, or are you going to zone it here?
I'm zoning it up here, if you ask me.
May going to throw it, 3rd and 4, going to sling it in the middle, caught, 1st down and 10.
Looks like they did decide to go man-to-man defense, and Diggs with just a quick in route, being able to beat his defender off the line, able to get that 1st down and a couple more.
Very key play there once again. They're 2 for 2 now on 3rd downs.
Yeah, 3rd down stops for Seattle are going to be huge when it comes down to it.
Quick man reads here for the Patriots and going to hand it up the middle to Henderson, but going to be lucky to get even 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 at the 40.
Yeah, this front line by the Seattle Seahawks is not letting Travion Henderson get anything. Keeping him in the backfield and not getting these big gains, making him throw.
They just need one play of good momentum in the run game, and we might see it later on in the game, that's for sure. 2nd and 8. May gonna throw it here to the sideline. Caught. First down, Hunter Henry.
That's something we brought up early on in the game, and even before the game, was the tight ends. The Seattle Seahawks aren't the greatest when it comes to covering their tight ends. So Drake May being able to capitalize and find Hunter Henry over on the sideline to pick up the first down is huge.
End of one, all knotted up 0-0 apiece. 3 more to go to figure out who is your Super Bowl 60 champion right after this. At the 29, the Patriots come out. Seahawks haven't even touched the ball yet. May gonna snap it, pressure up the side, gonna give it up the middle to Hunter Henry once again. Back-to-back catches for 19.
Looks like just a simple sit-down route, trying to find an open spot in the middle of the field, and he was able to get that.
Very key role. You know, he's one of the most underrated tight ends in the league. That is for sure.
Yeah, not a name you hear every day, but when you do, it's always something big.
You know, for a second-year quarterback, being able to find your tight ends are huge. Gonna throw on the sideline on the flat cut, chucking people like it's nobody's business around the 6. First down, first and goal. First time for either side.
Yeah, Pop Douglas with a beautiful catch on the sideline, being able to stay in bounds and trucks his defender to pick up another 5 yards.
You know, these Seahawks are just waiting to get their first snap. They haven't even touched the ball yet. Bunch left, for the Patriots. May gonna give it up the middle to Henderson. Gonna try to fight to get it to the 3. Halfway there.
Travion Henderson pretty quiet to start this game. 5 rushes, only 9 yards. Seattle's doing a great job keeping him in check.
Everybody is in their A game right now, tackling not just the D-line, but the linebackers and the corners. You don't really expect that a whole lot, but when you get paid like that much they do, you're going to expect them to. 2nd and goal, going to hand it to the left to Henderson, but oh so close. He's going to be 1 yard shy on 3rd and goal here.
Beautiful stop by that Seattle defense, doing everything possible to keep him out of the end zone.
Are you running the tush push if you're New England with Drake May?
I'm honestly not even running a tush push. I'm just going straight over the top, snapping right over the top.
And it looks like they're going to be in that formation, that's for sure. 3rd and goal here from the 1, and they're going to sneak it to the left. Touchdown! Drake May and the Patriots are on the board first.
Very slow and methodical drive from New England and the Patriots. Drake May in control the entire time. Run game wasn't the best, but when it came down to it, Drake May was able to use his legs, not once but twice, and finally able to get into the end zone.
You know, and their passing game wasn't half bad either, especially with their tight end.
Yeah, being able to find your tight end is key. It's always a safety check. And with Seattle not yet to touch the ball, they've only got 2.5 minutes to do so. They got to come out strong and tie this game up before the half.
And they're going to get it to 7-0 here on the first drive. 13 plays, 72 yards, and took 7.5 minutes on that one for sure. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 2:31 on the clock for the Seahawks to try to do something. All right, at the 35, they're going to boot it off to Seattle. Make sure you do not give it to Shaheed, because he could crib it all the way, that's for sure. Nice defense, though, by the return team. Going to give it to Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, the guy who was honestly seeing ghosts at the start of his career. Career-long backup until last year in Minnesota, and now he's in the Super Bowl with Seattle.
Booting it, gonna throw it to JSN. They're number 1, breaking tackles like it's nobody's business. Gonna get it to Patriot territory at the 49.
Beautiful pass and an even better catch by JSN. 2 defenders in the area, able to shake off both of them and pick up an extra 5 or so yards. Nice gain to start.
A very big play there. Double teamed on that one and broke both of them like it was nobody's business. Gonna chew it down to the 2-minute warning. 7-0 is their game score with the Patriots in the lead. But Seattle looking to change that here at their own 49. Darnold gonna pass it, 4-man rush. Gonna throw an out route. Caught Shaheed. Gonna try to dive for it. He's gonna be close.
Yeah, very smart pass, very safe pass to Shaheed. Able to dive forward, got it right at the inch-yard line. Be ready for a possible Kenneth Walker run right up the middle just to ensure the first down.
At New England territory now. Going to be really short here. 2nd and inches. No longer than a foot. Darnold going to run it. Darnold improvising to the right. He's just going to have to throw it to no man's land. Incomplete. 3rd and inches here.
Man, I was sure they were going to go to their safety blanket running back in Kenneth Walker, but smart, fancy, creative decision to try to get a pass off there, but nothing was open, and Sam Darnold just lucky not to take a sack.
90 seconds here to go in the first half with Seattle barely trying to find some help. Darnold avoiding pressure. Sam can't get it there. He's going to actually lose yards, so that's going to count as a sack.
That will count as a sack, and Sam Darnold looked like he had enough room to get to the first down marker, but honestly, he kind of looked like he tried to do a little too much, trying not to get hit, and it ended up costing him a yard, and it's now 4th and 1, and they might punt.
Honestly, I would easily go for this right now. You're in opponent territory. You only got 1 yard to go in a very short 4th and 1, but it looks like they're going to be bringing their punt squad out here for this 4th and 1. Let's see if he can get a corner kick here. And it looks like he's just going to kick it all the way back to the end zone. And we'll see the Patriots come out to the 20 with 45 to go. Now, if you're New England, are you conservative or are you going to take a shot down the field and try to get some points?
You got 45 seconds. You got 3 timeouts. If it's me, I'm absolutely airing this ball out and trying to get more points on the board.
Going to throw the screen to the left side. Henderson. Not going to get a whole lot there. Lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage or 1 yard there. 2nd and 9 with under 40 to go.
He was able to get out of bounds, so it does stop the clock, but I'd be a lot more aggressive. I wouldn't be throwing these screen passes. I'd be trying to find the middle of the field. You got 3 timeouts. You might as well try to use them.
Yeah, you got 3 more timeouts at your own 21. I would definitely at least try to get 3 here. May going to throw the check down to Stephon Diggs, the drag route. Going to be short of the first down, actually. Going to be 1 yard short. But they do call their timeout. 2nd quarter.
Now, if you're Seattle, you've got to do anything and everything possible to not give up a first down here. With being in New England's territory, they're going to have to punt it away, and it's going to have to be a good one because you've still got, probably by the time you get the ball back, 20 seconds, and you've still got your timeouts. You got to get that ball back.
And when you have a number 1 receiver like JSN, going to throw a 3rd and 1 flat, caught, first down, going to go out of bounds. That's huge.
That is huge for New England, being able to get out of bounds and ensure another first down. Now you got 30 seconds, and you still got 2 timeouts to work with.
You know, they were not looking for the end zone on that one, that's for sure. But they were for sure looking for a first down.
Absolutely. Now let's see what they can muster up here on first down.
1st and 10 at the 35. They're just going to be play action. Going to throw another flat. Being really conservative, breaking tackles though, gonna go not out of bounds. He's gonna be short. Gonna call their second to last timeout.
Yeah, that's huge for Seattle, trying to waste New England's timeouts. Now, if you're New England, you got 1 more timeout to work with, and you've still got 20-ish, 25 yards until you're in field goal range. So if it's me, I'm getting something over the middle, calling that last timeout, and then from there, it's just a sideline game, getting short yards until we're in field goal range.
Do you think you could potentially trust your running back because they're going to be so protective here?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a smart play.
Going to be drag route, caught, first down, and they're going to have to call their last timeout with 20 seconds to go.
That's not the smartest play if you ask me. It's a simple 5-yard in route is what it appeared to be. That's not enough to get you into field goal range. Now you're out of timeouts with 20 seconds. You just got to work the sidelines at this point.
Now, do you think they're just trying to get as close as they can for a realistic Hail Mary shot?
If you've come this close, I think you just got to keep going until you get into field goal range.
Going to change the play call here with 20 to go. At their own 47, May. Going to throw it under pressure, incomplete to the sideline. 16 seconds to go here in the first half.
That does stop the clock, so smart move not taking the sack, but you still got to find a way to get some forward yards.
Got to try to get forward yards, but did not take the sack, so definitely not the number 1 scariest thing that happened. Going to be under center for this one. May going to deep drop here. May going to throw the sideline cut, but he's going to go out of bounds immediately. Going to make it 3rd and medium here at the 48.
That's exactly what I was talking about, getting those quick out routes and being able to keep your feet in just enough for the catch and then being able to go out and stop the clock.
What type of route would you want to throw here if you're the Patriots?
I'm throwing a 10, 15-yard corner route, trying to get to the sideline and then get out of bounds, but still getting 20, 25 yards in the process.
3rd and 5. He's going to throw it to nobody. Incomplete. Lucky there was no intentional grounding on that one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Being in the pocket like that, you got to be smart and you got to stay safe. You can't afford losing yards, especially this close to field goal range.
4th and 5, and it looks like they're going to have to punt it away. Depending on the punt, they could definitely chew out the rest of the half with 6 seconds to go. And it looks like they're going to be close, cutting it around 2 seconds there. And the Seahawks are just going to take it to knee, and that's what's going to have to be for the end of the first half, with New England taking the lead to the sideline with a touchdown difference. We'll be back on NBC right after this. Shout out to Dubby for fueling the grind. Clean energy, no crash. Use code It's Your Boy Nash for 10% off. Link in description. And we're back on here for the second half. And Dylan, this is going to be a great second half here off of the right leg of Borregales. Going to get it to around the 6-yard line. Nice defense, but also a solid return around the 28. And let's see the Seahawks to start off the second half.
Yeah, look for them to be explosive, come out the gates just throwing, slinging the ball across the field. Look for Sam Darnold to be patient and find his receivers.
And big difference, the Patriots leading in passing yards 81-35. I formation, though, for the Seahawks. Deep drop back by Darnold. Darnold, pressure, caught. Going to be short of the first down, going to be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, not the best ball by Sam Darnold, but A.J. Barner able to secure the catch and go down with it, get him very close to that first down marker.
Nice, reliable tight end, and he made a good comeback win for the 2-point conversion versus the Rams.
He absolutely did. That was such a big win and pretty much the reason why they had the #1 seed.
And hand it up to K9 for the first down there on a 2nd and short. Going to get about 2 or 3 on that one.
Yeah, not a lot of yards, but just enough to get that first down, move the chains.
You know, because the Seahawks are a ground and pound team, and when they lost Charbonnet in the playoffs, that was a huge momentum swing, but K9's been able to carry the load.
Yeah, K9's been doing a bunch in that backfield, and even George Halani's been doing bits and pieces in there too.
We might see him do something big here later on. Wink, wink. Going to give it up for a nice 2-yard gain. There's K9 once again.
New England being able to stuff the run is going to be huge for them, especially here in this second half, forcing Sam Darnold to throw the ball.
2nd and 8 at the 41. Darnold, empty backfield just by him lonesome. 4-man rush here. Gonna throw an out route, but knocked away by Christian Gonzalez. 3rd and 8.
Beautiful defense from Christian Gonzalez, but you also see there was looked like wide open Rashid Shaheed over the middle. Could have easily had a first down and then some.
But incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd and 8 here at the 41.
This is a pivotal situation for this New England defense, being able to force them to kick the ball back to them. That way they can waste as much time as possible.
Empty backfield, 4-man rush by the Patriots. Going to heave it down the sideline, and there's a wide open Cooper Kupp for the first down at the 15.
What a big play by Cooper Kupp. A deep bomb right over that right side. You see over the middle, he's got a wide open Kenneth Walker for the easy first down, but he says no. He's wanted to take that chance with Cooper Kupp, putting the trust in his receiver, and he hauls it in for a big gain and a big momentum shift.
Yeah, you know, because Cooper Kupp has the most experience out of any of their guys on the Seattle offense, because he's already been to a Super Bowl, and he won it with the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 15. Darnold going to give it up to Walker. Kenneth going to get a nice gain there to the 9.
Good push from the offensive line, opening a hole up right up the middle. Kenneth Walker able to get through and push for about 7 yards.
2nd and 3 with under 2 minutes to go here of the 3rd. Only 9 yards to go to tie this bad boy up before we head to the 4th. Darnold gonna roll out to his right. Darnold looking end zone, caught, touchdown! Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Absolutely beautiful ball from Sam Darnold, getting hit while throwing, still throws an absolute laser beam to Jackson Smith-Njigba in the end zone. Pending this PAT, this is going to be a tie ball game.
That was very big there to tie the game up with JSN getting that touchdown. And we really don't see that a whole lot, but that was a really nice play there by Sam Darnold.
Absolutely. Being able to, start with a play action and roll out to his right, that's not an easy throw to make on the run, but especially adding the fact that you're getting hit. But still, that's an absolutely beautiful ball.
Now for the extra PAT point from the 15, and he's gonna drill that one to tie it up 7 apiece.
This is exactly what we thought was going to happen. Very close game, and right now with 1:30 left here in the third, it's a tie ball game. This could go any which way.
Kind of low scoring, but very big paid dividends there for the touchdown from JSN.
And definitely some long, slow, and methodical drives from both sides.
Exactly, gonna return it around the 3. Probably a big no-no there, only gonna get it to the 22, and we're gonna see Drake May once again. And Drake May has not had the greatest playoffs of anyone's career, but he sure has won it when it mattered most.
Yeah, against the Chargers, he started off really slow. They were pretty close early on, but then they finally took it away. Same thing with Houston, had multiple turnovers in that game, but so did Houston. And they were able to pull that one out. And then against Denver, it was 10-7 at half, and it stayed that way for the rest of the game. At that point, it was just about chewing clock and holding on to the W.
He had 4 fumbles in that Texans game, and I know both those games in the division on the AFC Championship were in the weather, but still nonetheless. And pressure down and go sack! Leonard Williams, the first sack of the big man tonight for the Seahawks.
Just absolutely blowing through that offensive line like untouched. Nobody able to hold him, and he just had a free path right to Drake May.
Kenneth Walker on the sideline, really happy about that one.
Absolutely. He's looking to get that ball back. He knows he's about to make an impact.
The Seattle Seahawks gonna make a very big play on that one, and the New England Patriots down 13 yards here. 3rd and 13 with 12 seconds to go. Bunch left. May passing. Has time. He's going to sling in the middle, but miscommunication would have easily had the first down there.
Looks like the receiver was running a hook or a comeback route, and Drake May thought he was just going to sit down, threw it a little bit left and a little bit over him. Miscommunication there is going to give Seattle the ball.
And with 6 seconds, the Patriots are going to give it back to Seattle. If everything works out, they could end out the quarter right here. Going to look like they're going to go in the middle of the field. Gonna make a man or two miss. He could do something, but he's gonna get tackled at the 40. And that's gonna be end of 3. 1 more to go to crown your Super Bowl champion. Will it be the New England Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks? Up next on EA Sports. It's in the game. One more quarter to figure out who's going to win it all here in Super Bowl 60. 7-7 apiece with the Seahawks having the ball here. Going to give it to K9 up the middle to the right side. 2nd and 3. Nice gain to the 47.
Very nice game. Just being patient in the backfield, waiting for his blocks to set up. Takes a little stutter step and then runs straight right for a nice gain of 7. And speaking of all of this patience in the backfield and waiting for your blocks to set up, reminds me a lot of a prime Le'Veon Bell.
2nd and 3. I couldn't agree more. He might need a big game here to end it out. 2nd and 3. He's going to give it back to Mr. Le'Veon Bell 2.0. K9.
And speaking of the man, K9 right back, making another impactful play. Little chip block in the backfield, and then just runs right through the middle. Sets him up nice over the middle. Just kind of sits down. Sam Darnold finds him for an easy first down.
Now driving in Patriot territory at the 41. Darnold gonna give it up the middle to K9. K9 has some room for a big gain of 20.
Huge gain and huge blocks from the front 5 of the O-line. Set up perfect. Huge hole right up the middle. Kenneth Walker untouched for 15 yards. Able to make an absolutely huge play to set this Seattle offense up almost in the red zone.
A very key play that could define this Super Bowl. A nice gain of 20 by K9 in these Seahawks. Darnold has time in the pocket. He's going to sling in the middle, and that's going to be caught for a nice pass there by Shaheed all the way down to the 8.
Yeah, beautiful pocket presence from Sam Darnold, just absolutely relaxed in the pocket, waiting for his receivers to get open. Sure enough, he finds Rashid Shaheed over the middle for a nice gain and puts him in the red zone.
Now, what do you do in this situation? Do you try to chew the clock, or do you try scoring it fast as possible?
I think you chew clock, and I mean, you already set up nice in field goal range, so chewing clock, I think, is the best move here.
Okay, so after that incompletion, it's going to make it 2nd and goal, 8 yards to go. We've seen a little bit of deja vu at this point in time. But if you're Seattle and you're in that same situation, do you throw it or do you run it?
I think you run it with an absolute unit of a running back like Kenneth Walker. You gotta trust it.
Gonna have 2 running backs in the backfield. Holani in the motion. Holani, he's going to throw it to him. He has some room on the outside. Touchdown! Going to dive for that pylon for 6.
Yeah, a bit of an unusual formation there in the backfield. 2 running backs. Motions one of them over out left, and then it's just an RPO from there. George Holani wide open on that left side, and Sam Darnold delivers a beautiful ball out left, and then from there, it's just George Holani running it right into the end zone.
And you know, Seattle over the years has been really known for having a 2-man running back, in that being Charbonnet and K9, but one of them got hurt throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, we saw Zach Charbonnet go down in that divisional round against San Francisco, and George Holani has had to step in and fill that empty space in the backfield, and he's been very productive throughout this playoff run and makes an absolutely huge play to get them into the end zone and to take the lead here with just 2 minutes left in the game.
6 plays, 61 yards to get that field goal PAT point up to 7-14 with 2:12 to go here off of Jason Myers' leg. He's going to return it around the 3-yard line. Trying to make a man or 2 miss. Not going in his favor. Going to get it out to around the 23.
And now it is time for Drake May, 2nd runner-up in MVP voting. Just a very narrow loss to Matthew Stafford. And this is where your clutch gene has to kick in.
This is definitely where the big dogs play. And the Super Bowl. He's going to play action. Sling it in the middle for a diving catch by his reliable tight end, Hunter Henry. First down.
As we've seen all game, Hunter Henry wide open over the middle, making some huge plays to keep these drives alive for New England.
2-minute warning. Will New England be able to tie it up, or is Seattle going to have a dominant defense to clutch this one up? We'll see right after this. Making a motion, Diggs on the bottom of the screen. Going to hand it to Henderson. Travion going to make a man or 2 miss. He's going to be just short. 10-yard gain, but 2nd inches.
Yeah, he let his block set up beautifully in front of him. Kind of bounced off of one of his linemen upfield about 5 yards. And then took it for another 4 or 5, and he's just short of the first down marker.
And Seattle territory. If you're New England, are you going to be aggressive? Because you kind of have to be, wouldn't you think?
You're on a time crunch. You have to be aggressive here.
And they're going to get denied again on the run to the right. 3rd and inches here at the 49.
Now you really have to go for it. You got to get a first down. You got to move the chains. You still have 3 timeouts to work with, but you've got to do anything and everything possible to at least move those chains one more time.
1:15 to go. May, he's going to throw it. He's going to find a wide open Stephon Diggs, but going to get hit hard. And they're going to call their first time out of the night.
Yeah, this Seattle defense not playing around. They've been physical all night, but so has New England. Both defenses have been hitting hard tonight. And no wonder people call this Seattle defense the dark side.
That is for sure. And, you know, there's been a lot of conversation comparing these guys to their 2015, 2014 counterparts. But 1st and 10 here inside Seattle territory. May. He's going to throw it to the outside, and he's going to have an open man. Completion out of bounds, 5 yards.
I like the play call there. Short out, a quick out. Just getting out of bounds, but also getting yards in the process. I like this idea.
Gotta stop the clock here with 1:06 to go. 66 seconds here. 2nd and 5. Heavy running formation here. He's going to throw it under the center. And he's going to go down at the 44.
Byron Murphy, explosive up the middle, beating that right guard. And Travion Henderson in the backfield, supposed to chip block, just completely misses it and allows Byron Murphy to get home and sack Drake May for a huge loss.
That is not what you want to see happen at Seattle 44 with only one timeout remaining in this game.
Now, if you're New England, you know Seattle's going to send some dogs at you. You got to get a quick pass off over the middle.
Man, he's going to sling it where Dylan said he was. And Kayshon Boutte, first down, big gain. Going to hit hard, though, but all for first down.
Yes, very much so. Big first down for Kayshon Boutte. Being able to, wide open over the middle, looking at that replay. Nobody within 5 yards of him. Gets hit hard, but ultimately a very huge gain for New England.
Just outside the red zone, under 40 to go. Wide open, Hunter Henry, touchdown for the Patriots. Hopefully going to tie the game up, down by 1, depending on the extra PAT point.
Hunter Henry, the most reliable weapon Drake May has right now. He's made multiple catches on this drive and many more throughout the course of this game. Being clutch, being open, getting into the end zone with very little time left for Seattle.
35 seconds in Super Bowl 60.
Drake May showing that clutch scene like we talked about at the beginning of the drive. He and his offense did their part. Now their defense has to do their part. Seattle and Sam Darnold, he's got to connect with JSN or Cooper Kupp or somebody to move the ball efficiently with very little time left.
That means we're all tied up, 14 apiece with the Patriots. 8 plays, 78 yards with 133 on that drive. And this place is absolutely bumping after that PAT point was made.
And speaking of bumping, that halftime performance by Bad Bunny, up here in the booth, if we're being totally honest, we were bumping up here. It was a vibe.
Yes, we were. But 35 seconds to go here, and the Seahawks are going to return it and be a little bit aggressive. But now that's going to chew him all the way down to 32. You wasted 3 whole seconds. And in a game that matters most, in the Super Bowl. But Sam Darnold has had a significant roller coaster journey, and now he's on the uprise with the Seattle Seahawks. Gonna motion his running back. Same play from earlier, but this time he's gonna throw it. He's gonna swing it to the left side with a wide open JSN breaking tackles. Gonna get it past the 40 at the 36. Already in field goal range.
That's huge for Seattle. JSN tightly covered on man-to-man coverage, but breaks out of the tackle after the catch and is able to get an extra 15 yards before going down inside the 40 with 24 seconds left.
Because these Patriots are really physical when it comes down to the DBs, because you got a guy like Christian Gonzalez. These guys, just like JSN, super physical, because the last time we saw him have a big play, he was double teamed and had a wide open big play. But this time, it was a screenplay to the right to Shaheed, but it's blown up. Timeout immediately by the Seahawks.
And in a situation like this, I question the call. It's almost too cutesy of a play. A screen or an RPO screen out left. You leave your receiver 3v1. It's just a really bad play call in my opinion. Now, you're on the left hash at this point, so I think you just go directly under center and you just run it out right and let K9 work.
So it looks like they are going to go under center with 21 to go at the 41. And would you look at that, he bounces that out to the right side. K9 has some room. He's going to get it to the 11-yard line with 6 rushes for 68 yards. And that will do it here. And now you get your kicker out, and that should be the nail in the coffin.
Yes, sir. It looks like they're going to let this wind down to 2 seconds, and they're going to call that timeout, trot out Jason Myers. New England does have a timeout, so a potential chance for an ice situation, trying to throw off the kicker's timing and rhythm, but very well-executed run play by Kenneth Walker in the Seattle offense.
And if you're the Seahawks and you're this kicker, all of the blood is running through your system right now. 2 seconds. And once again, the Patriots do call the timeout, so anticlimactic as always. So that means neither team has any more timeouts to stop the clock. So if you're New England, you basically got one shot maybe on kickoff or anywhere else. But this is it right here for 2 seconds. Jason Myers. And it goes straight through for the Seahawks to give them by 3 points. And that will do it. Your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champions here in Levi Stadium.
What an absolute thriller of a game. Very low scoring going into the half with just a 7-0 lead for New England. But Seattle able to climb back, crawl their way back to victory, kicking it, making it in those last 2 seconds.
And that's going to have to wrap it up for this Super Bowl presentation and Madden EA Sports. It's in the game.